Well, Mark, ultimately undone by a great goal and an unfortunate penalty, but how do you feel it went this afternoon?
I was delighted. I felt, that today we tried harder than, or sorry, not harder, but we tried as hard as we could to find a way of playing that gave us a chance of winning the game. And I think although we've ended up losing the game, I think we did give ourselves a chance. Tactically, we gave them problems. We nullified a lot of what we know they're good at. We were prepared to allow the fullbacks to have the ball, and that's what we've done. And I think it worked pretty well for us. The first goal, I mean, it's away over the far side, but it was disappointing. Defensively, it looked poor to me. But good individuals are going to undo you if they can't do you as a team. In a place like this with the good players that they have. So it happens. But otherwise, I mean, what can we say? I mean, I thought Chris Cadden was the best player in the park. I thought he was fantastic. I think that Ross McLean, Fergie and even Jake going on when he went on, they acquitted themselves brilliantly. It's such an exciting thing for us all to have these young players, and imagine in a year's time or in 18 months' time, and there's others, of course, in the pipeline as well. That we've got to keep getting them out in places like this. And I think the fact that we've really put in a performance and that we've not been battered, it's going to be great for the likes of Ross and for Fergie and for Jake and for the young players to have experienced it. It really is. It's such a step up for them. But they've taken the step, and they can be very proud of their performances as we are.
One of the things you said coming into it was find that way to not be as easy to beat on reflection of the last two times. How pleasing is it that attitude is instilled throughout the squad, including the younger boys like you mentioned?
As managers, and the game's about players. Players win you games, players lose you games, but you do have to give them help. And I come back on early on Wednesday morning from Slovakia, and I was straight into training, and Ross and myself and Faddy and Stephen Cragen and that talked about it and looked at video of Celtic and of ourselves. Quarter to 5 on Friday morning, I was up writing teams out and looking at shapes and looking at tactics, and eventually I came to the conclusion that the way we played today was the way to do it, because it meant we honed in and where the ball was going to be. So we played, in essence, in case anybody didn't see the game or didn't fully understand what was going on, it was a 4-2-2-2 with two strikers, with two midfield players sitting deeper who would help the fullbacks, and with two midfield players who would play against their two midfield players who sit deeper but also be able to get forward. Now, to a vast extent, that worked. We still made chances. We had a great chance with Multi. We'd expect Multi to take it, but Multi will get a lot of goals for us this season, so we'll forgive him it. That's the way goal strikers do miss chances. He had another one at the back post with a header. So I think generally we can be pleased with them all. I think they really were terrific. Richard Tate's got I don't know, is he the most expensive import in Scottish football? Possibly, and arguably the best, highest ranked player in Scottish football, to play against. So he's going to have a hard day, but he stuck to his task. He was still getting up the line at the end. I think the other thing that they showed was that their levels of fitness is absolutely terrific. Even Ross McLean, Tate getting up the line, and Jack and the two centre halves. Everyone really. The disappointing thing is we obviously didn't get in of it.
I mean, there's no need to sugarcoat it. Celtic have hurt some big teams here this season. Was there a point, perhaps at 1-0, where you felt, there's maybe something we can nick here?
Absolutely, yeah. And and when Cads put Multi in, I fancied Multi. I know that Craig Gordon's a big goalie to beat, but you still fancy Multi to score there. So that was a chance we were waiting on. We knew we weren't going to have half a dozen chances here, but we were convinced, playing the way we played, with the players in the frame of mind they're in, that we would get a chance somewhere along the line and hopefully we'd take it. We didn't manage to do that. They nicked the second one with a penalty, which I think looks hard on us, because I thought, Craig Sampson was magnificent, and you can say, Craig played so well and therefore, the score might have been higher. Their goalie's there as well, the goalies are there to save the ball, and that's what he did, but he did it very, very well.
Looking forward, another break coming up now before two games in quick succession. How are you feeling looking ahead?
Well, I think that it's a shame. I think we could do the games quicker, but we have to accentuate the positive. We do have a break. Hammy hopefully will recover. We give us more time, to sharpen up others. I think that we then have two really hard games against Inverness and Ross County, games which if we want to stay in the top six or get into the top six, as the case may be, we're going to have to get something from. So we have to prepare ourselves for that, and everything we do from today will be in preparation for those games.
Well, cheers, Mark. Thanks for that.